lecture going to be talk about process synchronization with the help of the solution called Peterson solution and test and set, finally compare and swap. So the effort exhibited here is part of the operating system course could be discussed in this flow. At the beginning we will going to be discuss race condition where too many processes are competing for the change the shared variable. So that shared variable, too many processes after modifying the shared variable, that shared variable should be consistent, should not be the multiple the values, should be consistent, should not be inconsistent. So that synchronization will be achieved. So after discussing this race condition, we will going to be discuss the critical section. So critical section where the shared variable are sandwiched. Shared variables are enveloped there. It is put it in the some safe place. That is a critical section. So program may be the before section, that computation, and critical section. After critical section, the remainder section, right? So we can see in that way. So critical section is a safe zone where shared variables are guarded, shared variables are securely placed there. So any process want to enter into the critical section, they should first take a permission, right? So any process want to enter the critical section of their process area, they should take the permission of the all other process, so that the other process may not compete to enter into the critical section. So they will be silent, assuming that understanding that some process already is there in the critical section in view of modifying the shared variable, right? So that is a critical section. So that critical section should be should not be preemptive, right? So that that should be non-preemptive. Non-preemptive means when the process is in the critical section, so nobody should prevent him, nobody should stop them, right? So once it is completed, it will become automatically, voluntarily. So that preemptiveness in nature is not allowed, right? So for this kind of solution, there are different solutions are there. So mainly Peterson solution will be there, and that Peterson solution, test and set solution, and compare and swap, and finally semaphore, right? So that will be discussed in the next discussion. So now restricted ourselves that Peterson solution is basically classical software solution, which have some the constraints. So that problem and solving that Peterson solution for the Peterson problem, right? So that is a software based problem, solution, the critical solution. So we can have that hardware solutions also. Peterson solution is a classical software based solution. Hardware synchronization is the hardware based, right? Synchronization mechanism via hardware. So that is a test and set. So that is a mutual exclusion. They are going to be satisfied the three conditions, which are mutual exclusion, progress, and what is called bounded waiting, right? So three principle has to be satisfied. So then this synchronization mechanism going to be successful, right? So which are those? First, there should be fundamental condition is a mutual exclusion has to be satisfied, and second one is a what is called progress is to be successfully achieved, and also finally the last condition is bounded weighting should be ensured, right. So these three principle has to be satisfied, and whatever the solutions are there, either may be software or hardware, basically hardware, so going to be satisfied this, right. Under this hardware based synchronization mechanism, that is a test and set, right. So it basically tests that shared variable, and after testing it will be set that, right, it will be set that. So that is a either test and set, and also compare and swap, right. So these two are the hardware based synchronization mechanism going to be discussed. So finally semaphore, right. So this is a robust and sophisticated synchronization mechanism will be achieved by semaphore, right. So that semaphore, there is a binary semaphore or count semaphore, right. Two mechanism are there, so that going to be discussed. So with help of this flow, we continue. So as a introduction, right, so process synchronization so can execute concurrently, right. Process want to execute in a parallelly, concurrently, not linearly, not separately, right, because shared variables are there. So the any all process want to the change the shared variable. So definitely whenever they want to, they can go. So it means that it happened to be concurrently, right. So simultaneously it may be happen, right, may be interrupted at any time, right. Whenever those processes are free now, so they want to change, they want to modify the shared variable in there, then they enter into the critical section, partially completing execution. Oftenly while executing the program, process got some results, so they want to modify the shared variable. So modify the variable means, so they should go to critical section, right. So that acquire, before going to enter the critical section, they should take a permission, right. So that acquire the permission, right. Acquire the permission means what happen. So suppose 5 processes are there, process one want to enter into critical section, so this process 1 should inform to all the process. So what mechanism was there so far? The broadcasting, or send the message to all. Process 4, 3, 2, listen, I am going to enter into critical section. In my critical section, I wanted to modify the shared variable. So they have to take their permission, right, so that they will be silent, or they will be stop themselves if they need. They too want to enter into critical section, they temporarily they will stop, right. So for which they have to broadcast. So this broadcasting will be a very costlier, right. So to convey to everybody who are in the system, so it is a costlier. So for which the other mechanism called what we called Peterson solution, and that hardware based test and set, and swap and compare, right. So these three mechanisms are going to be our semaphore. So these are the mechanisms are there. Instead of broadcasting to everybody is to say that I am going to be entered the critical section, so I need your permission, or when I am in the critical section you may not be disturb me, like that it is very costlier, right. So rather doing, or rather passing a message to everybody, so they can refer this kind of technique called the process synchronization via this Peterson solution, or test and compare, and semaphore, and the compare and swap, right. So concurrent access to shared may result in a data inconsistent, right. So due to concurrent access, so data going to be end up with the wrong results, right, wrong results. So shared variables are a very valuable variables, right. So those are the global variables, right. So that due to the concurrent or simultaneous access, so this is going to be end up with the inconsistence. So the consistent data we need to be enter, for which we need to have to achieve a synchronization, right. Maintaining a data consistency require mechanism to ensure, right, mechanism to ensure that. So that mechanism we need to be ensure that. So that is suppose that we wanted to provide a solution to the consumer producer problem, right. So then such problems will have, that is that buffer will be there, so that buffer need to be satisfied that we can have that so 30, 40 and this 20. Okay, so suppose that we want to provide a solution to consumer producer problem, right? So here buffer will be there. So buffer is a memory, so we can do so having an integer counter. So that buffer size is an integer counter, so that keeps the tracks of the number of full buffers, right? So the counter will be helps to both the producers and consumers here, right? Initially counter is set to 0, right? Control is set to 0. So this counter is set to incremented by the producer. So after producing the new buffer, so producer want to produce the product. After product by observing the set that counter value is 0, then it will be produce the product and keep it in the buffer and advance the counter, right? Saying that one product has produced, then it is available in the buffer. Somebody who are interested in the consumer, they can use it. So advance. So like this it would go on doing till the counter become maximum, right? Counter become maximum. So means the buffer is full. Buffer is full means so counter that producer has to be stopped the producing because even after full it is producing, then it will spill over where it has to be put, right? Where it has to be reserved. So that will be happen. So it is decremented by the consumer. On the other side, so consumer consumes the product and it will be decrement the buffer size. So that will be producer increment, consumer decrement, producer increment, consumer decrement. So this kind of mechanism will be going to be performed, that is. So here we can see that code while loop, while true, produce an item, produce, that is. So while counter is equal to buffer size, right? So if counter is a buffer size, and it will be stand here or see that counter will be stand here only because this semicolon, so it will not come out, do nothing, it will remain there. Only the counter is other than the buffer size, means less than that, then it will be produce, that is. So next produce, put it in the buffer and advance the buffer, right? Always, that is. So whenever the counter is less than the maximum size or the buffer size, so producer is worth to produce and put it in the buffer by advancing the counter, right? That's all, right? So here you can see producer produce that it will go to the queue, consumer will supply, consumer will be consume that, right? So the producer supplies, consumer consumes that. So here in this case what will happen, queue full queue is a full, the counter is reached the maximum, right? So is reached the maximum size. So what that producer has to be do, it has to be stop, right? So it has to be stop. Only the counter is buffer size, then it will be stop. Otherwise keep producing that, right? So that is a while loop. We may be helpful to understand the production. So in the normal case, in a business case, so the producer produce and it transport to the destination, so where the consumer will be consumes that. How long that is? So if queue size is not equal to buffer, if it is less than that, so that will be reached, that is. Similar to the consumer will be consumed when counter is equal to 0, means no product is there in the queue, no product in the buffer na. If no product in the buffer, then he may not consume, na. So only if it is something more than one products are there in the buffer, then he will be consumed. So consume means he will take out and decrement the counter, right? So the consumes the item that. So here, so maybe we can have a counter is empty, buffer is empty. So buffer is empty, then consumer will not consume. So he will be counter is equal to 0, he will be there here only. Whenever the product there in the queue, so buffer, so the consumer will be consume that. So that is a empty, right? So this kind of problem we can see that producer produce, consumer consumes that, right? So here we have a lock, that is, so buffer size, that counter will be there. So here that understand the analogy, producers, consumers. Producer needs to wait, buffer is full, producer has to wait, buffer is full, consumer needs to wait when buffer is empty, right? So that is the conclusion. So let we see the same problem we can make use here, for that what we can say that the race around so race condition. Race out condition is a competition. If too many processes want to modify the shared variable, so in such case what will happen, the consistency has to be maintained. So inconsistent will be convey the wrong results. So in that sense, let we say counter advancement. So that is a producer, right? So let's say register 1 is equal to counter, register 1 is equal to register plus 1, and counter is equal to register 1, right? So the register, the counter will be advanced by 1, so counter, so that is a producer, right? So similarly consumer could be implemented. So take one more register 2, register 2 is equal to counter, so register 2 is equal to register 2 minus 1, so counter is equal to register 2. Here producer decremented, producer incremented, consumer decremented. So that happen with the different variables, and finally they stored there in the counter variable, right? So this happen in the chunks here. So let's say, so the 6 statements are there, S0, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. So this example will be counter is initially 5. So producer executes the register 1. So what will happen? So initial register 1, so register 1 become 6, because register 1 plus that is copied from counter 6, right? In the statement 2, consumer executes that, consumer executes register 2, that is a counter, so register is 2 is equal to 2 minus 1, so that counter is equal to register 1, counter is equal to register 2, right? So that, so here you can observe here in the left side, so register 1 and register on that, register 1 becomes 6, so register 2 become 4, right? So register counter either at S4, no? So counter becomes 6, at S5 counter become 4. So here the inconsistency of the data, right? So inconsistency of the data, so those are separately concurrently executed. So here the data will be end up with a inconsistent, that is a wrong results will be there, right? So start at counter is equal to 5, after executing concurrently maybe 4, 5, 6, right? 4, 5, 6, when executed separately counter is equal to 5. When you this code can execute it separately, then counter will be end up with 5, but here, so that is end up with 6 and 4, right? 6 and 4. So I hope you followed that is, if you, this code you separately executed, so counter value will be 5, because it starts with the 5, then it will be remain should be 5, because one producer and one consume, that's all, no? So that's why, so if it is concurrently executed, so we have a inconsistent data. What is that data? Either sometime is 6, sometime is 4. So sometime at the end it 4. If you reverse that the S4 and S5, then it becomes 6, but actually 5, right? So this is when you end up with S5, that is a 4. When you reverse this S4 and S5, it becomes 6. If you execute it separately, then it will be 5, right? So the 3 data will be there, so those are inconsistent. At end counter equal 4 bore buffer, which is wrong, and it reverse that 4, 5, no, it gets 6, it is also to incorrect. So if many process access the and manipulate the same data simultaneously, the results depends upon the particular order, what order we want, right? So as a sequence order as we seen here, that is a 4. If it is reversed, then that is a 6, right? In which access, so that is, so this is called a race condition. I hope you followed. So from this example it is crystal clear. So the order will be play important role here. So what order we taken, so in that case that will be the counter value will be inconsistent. A counter value will have multiple answers, right? So which value we need to be consider, so that race condition we need to be resolved. So due to this race condition, data is a wrong. So to overcome allow only one process at a time can be malbreeded counter. So we have allowed two processes simultaneously, so for which it happen this problem. Such a guarantee will help to processes synchronize. So at a given instant of time, particular time stamp, so only one process we need to be allowed. So then only you may be end up with the correct result. Otherwise, race condition will be arise, right? So let we see that. So that is a critical section. So critical section in the sense that the section in which we need to be modify the shared variable, right? Shared variable we want to modify, so there we have to go to critical section. So in order to modify the shared variable, several processes are competing, several processes are fighting to get into the critical section, right? So because they after every partial code execution, the program want to modify the shared variable or global variable, so they want to badly needed to enter into critical section. So but here if you allow many processes, the race condition will be arise. So how we can make up this for which? So let we see. Consider a state that process n processes are there, p0, p1, so on, that is. So each process has a critical section segment of code. They have their own code, right? Process may be changing common variable, updating the table, writing the file, etc. that, right? So they want to modify and modify that and all those, right? So here when one process in a critical section, no other may be in its critical section. I hope follow that is. So every process have the execution of the code and critical section and remaining code, right? So when execute the code, they want to go to critical section. So here one process went to critical section, other process should wait, right? So they should not enter into critical section, their critical section, because that inconsistent data will be there and race condition will be arise, right? So only one process should allowed, no other may be in a critical section. So that is, so critical section problem is to design a protocol to solve this this problem. So each process must ask a permission to enter into their critical section, right? Each process has to ask the permission and may follow critical section with the exit section and remainder section, right? So acquire the permission and execute the critical section and exit the critical section and execute the remainder section, right? So this principle every process has to be followed. This discipline has to be followed. If not, the race condition will be arise, right? So this is a primary condition. This is a basic principle of all the process, right? So all the process has to be follow this discipline. If not followed, then that inconsistency will be arise, race condition will be arise. So for which certain protocols should be exercised, right? So do while loop, enter a section, that program execution, and after getting a permission from other process who are in the system, then is enter into the critical section. So it is a close the door of the critical section. So nobody should enter their critical section, because already is there somebody has doing some critical section work, right? So then after completion it has to be exit. Exit means the other process will understand now critical section is free. So one person who went to critical section, he came out, so now critical section is free. So critical section now anybody other who are waiting, so they can go. So many persons are waiting, so many processes are waiting, right? So there only one we should be allowed, right? So that is a mutual exclusion, right? So after exit then remainder section will be executed, while true it will be there, otherwise it will be come out that, right? So this is a part of the code we will be able to understand. So I hope it is a crystal clear problem which occur in the most of the multi-process which are doing their task, right? When they execute, then they need to be update the global variable, shared variable, for which critical section is necessary, for which they have to be acquire that critical section permission and go to the that section, modify the state variable and come out. When you coming out, then say the exit. So then reminder section will be executed by that process. So now critical section free, other process can compete. So they also follow the rules, right? So here do while turn is equal to j, critical section, turn is equal to j, reminder section, right? So here, so turn is equal to j, then it will be there till the false, right? If it is true, it will be there false. So process I will be enter the critical section, turn it equal to j, reminder section, while true, that is a code, equivalent code. So for this problem, we have seen that race condition and the critical section. So with help of this, so many process want to enter into critical section, so this race condition will be arise. So in order to overcome this and provide a very disciplined way to process has to be enter into critical section and modify the state variable, for which there are several solutions are there in the literature. Basically these solutions are Peterson solution, and that is a classical software based solution. So the additional one, that hardware based solution called test and execute, test and set, and compare and swap. Finally semaphore in length will be discussed, right? So before going to be this provide a solution, so those solution has to be satisfy the conditions. Simply providing a solution no use. What will happen if we block certain process, right? So then other process will be compete. So let we see three principles has to be followed. What are the principle? First fundamental principle is mutual exclusion. What is a mutual exclusion? Process Pi is executing in its critical section, no other process can be executing in their critical sections. For example, process 1 and process 2. Process 1 is entered into critical section, is their critical section. Process 1 enter into their critical section. Process 2 should not enter. Process 2 should not enter. If I say process should not to enter, means no use. You have to prevent the process 2 to enter. You have to be put the barcode to process 2, right? So because P1 and P2 are the competitor currently, for the example, P1 is already there in a critical section, we necessarily prevent P2, right? So that is a mutual exclusion. In other words, somebody is there in a critical section, nobody should enter the critical section until and unless he should complete his job and exit from the critical section. So this is a first and foremost principle. Every process or every solutions whatever we are providing, that has to be satisfied the mutual exclusion. So secondly, progress, right? So progress condition we need to be satisfied. So let me see, if no process is executing in the critical section and there is exists some process that which wish to enter the critical section, if nobody is there in the critical section, somehow somebody who are willing to enter into their critical section, we can allow them, right? We can allow them. I hope you clear. If critical section is free, nobody is entered, then somebody is waiting, okay, we can allow them. But when you allow them, then we have to see that conditions, we need to see that. So that mutual exclusion is satisfied, the progress want to satisfy, somebody want to enter, we can allow them, provided then the selection of the process that will be entered into the critical section next cannot be postponed indefinitely, right? So there should be some cyclic order. If nobody is there in the critical section, whoever wish to enter into critical section, we can allow them, provided who are all waiting for the critical section, that is a matter here. Who are all waiting in the critical section who are all wish to enter into the critical section, we have to be consider them also. So that should be go in an order. For example, round robin, right? So round robin you can see process 1, process 2, process 3. For example, 5 processes are there. Process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then next process 0 should get, or process 1 should get. So after 1 2 3 4 5 again process 1 should get, right? After 4 5 should get. So like that this order we need to be maintained. Somebody wish to enter into critical section, we can list them who are all. So if they are repeatedly executing, we can prevent them, right? So order in which we have arrived, so order according to them we need to be allow them to enter into the critical section. In other words, so that will enter the critical section next cannot be postponed indefinitely. Somebody should not be suffer, somebody should not be starvation, right? Due to the non-availability of the resource, this should not be get postponed, right? Bounded waiting. So bounded wait is a third condition, right? First two conditions are essential. So the additional condition. So this is a bound must exist on the number of times that other process are allowed to enter into their critical section. If some process want to enter 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, it means other process are keep waiting. So that bounded waiting we should be ensure, right? We should give restrict some process 5 times we can go, 2 times we can go, that bounding should be weighted. So bound must be exist on the number of times that the other process are allowed to enter their critical section after the process has made a request to its critical section, before that request is granted. So before giving a permission we have to check thoroughly, we have to check thoroughly the progress. Mutual exclusion is there, he should be allowed and nobody should be enter. Then progress, he should be in the order, he should be order, he should not be continuously enjoy, right? He should be order. Certain principle we have to exercise, so everybody will get, so it not be postponed. So bounding will be, so we can put the restriction peak. If somebody going 10 times we will not allow, right? So that we have to declare, right? So that is before request is. So this fundamental principle, first one mutual exclusion and progress is the most important. So additional bounding waiting condition has to be satisfied. So whatever the solutions, either maybe software or hardware solutions, so there those has to be provided, this conditions should be satisfied, then only that may be a proper solution for the maintain the resolve the race condition, right? Assume that each process execute at a non-zero speed, right? So no assumption concerning relative speed of the n process, so there is no relative speed here, right? So the assumption of a relative speed should be non-zero speed. So critical section handling OS with the two approaches, that is depending on the kernel. So preemptive and non-preemptive. Preemptive allows the preemptive process when running the kernel mode. So we have non-preemptive, run until exist a kernel mode blocks and voluntarily eats the CPU, that is. So that we have seen enough in the previous lecture. So essential free of race condition is in a kernel mode. The free of race condition in a kernel mode is the most important. So let me see Peterson solution. This is a what is called classical software solution. Good algorithmic description for solving the problem. So two process we can get remedy that for the race condition, two process. So assume that there is a load store instruction want to execute atomic. So atomic is a non-interrupt, so that is a cannot be interrupted when doing loading and storing. So two process share two variables, right? So that is a one called turn and the flag, right? So turn and flag are the two variables. Turn and flag are the two variables. So where turn is integer, that process 1 2 3 so on. So flag is a boolean, so that is a process 2 is a flag 2, process 1 is a flag 1, so on, that is. So variable turn indicates the who turn is now, whose chance is now, so who has to be entered the critical section. So if flag array is used to indicate if the process is ready to enter critical section, so flag I should be equal to true. Process I want to enter critical section, so that is equal to true, implies that process I is ready. So process I is ready, so we can allow them to enter into critical section. So process 2 is false, then we will not allow. Process 3 is a false, not allowed, right? So here that algorithmic way, that is, so we have flag I is equal to true, turn it equal to j, So while flag j and turn is equal to j, so it will be remain in the here, right? It will be remain in the here. So flag j turn is equal to j will be remain here. So otherwise it will go to the critical section, so that process I is allowed to enter into critical section. So because the flag j and turn is equal to j, that is true. So in that case that process I will be allowed into critical section, so that process j will be prevent. So after executing, so process will be exit. So flag I is equal to false, then go for a reminder section. So while true, so that is a Peterson solution. So let me prove that three conditions required are met. Who are those? So mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded waiting, right? So that mutual exclusion is preserved here. So pi enters the critical section only, right? So if either flag j is equal to false or turn is equal to I, right? So any one, flag j is equal to false and turn is equal to I. So then this helps to enter critical section into that pi. Progress requirement is satisfied. So progress requirement is satisfied in the sense that multiple times that particular process want to enter, so that will be certified, that will be checked thoroughly. It has to be go in a order, right? It has to be go in a order. So bounded waiting requirement is met, that is means that bounded waiting is no process want to enter into many times, so it have some limits. So after which that it will be test, that is, so flag I is equal to true, turn is equal to j. So if it is true, then it will be there. In the false case, it will go allow the process I to enter into critical section. So the then afterwards it has to be exit. So reminder section will be there, right? So while true, it will be do that again, right? So that is important. So we have that exit section. So process 0 and 1, let we see. Consider example, process 0 and 1 are competing for the critical section. So process 0, flag 0 is equal to true, turn is equal to 1, right? Flag 0 is equal to true, turn is equal to 1. Check flag 1 is equal to true. Check flag 1 is equal to true and turn is equal to 1. So condition is false, right? Because flag 1 is equal to false, no? Flag 1 is equal to false. Since condition is false, so no waiting in the loop, so enter the critical section, which that is process 1, sorry, process 0. Process 0 now allowed, because that flag 1 that correspond to process 1 is false, right? So process 1 is false, so we can we can allow the process 0 to enter into critical section. So that is a phase 1. So coming to phase 2, let's we see that. So flag 1 is equal to true, turn is equal to 0, right? So flag 1 is equal to true and turn is equal to 0. Check flag 0. So flag 0 is equal to true and turn is equal to 0. So since condition is true here, so it keeps the busy waiting until it loses the processor. So process 0 resumes and continues until the finish the critical section. So phase 2. So that is a mutual exclusion. So it process 2 is it prevented the process 2, sorry, process 1. It prevents the process 1 because process 1 is there in the critical section, so it allowed to complete. So process 0 remains and continues until the finish the critical section. That is a phase 2. So phase 2 is a mutual section is mutual exclusion is satisfied. Process 0 we can have, that is a phase 3. So leaves the critical section, set flags equal to false. So after process 1 completes the critical section, it has to be open the gate for the critical section to enter other process. So flag 0 is equal to false, that is a exit section. Start executing the reminder section. Anything also process B does beside using the critical section. Process 0 happens to be lose the processor now, right? So now the critical section gates are open, now other process can enter. It means that so mutual exclusion has successfully achieved, and we have process 1 So that check the flag 0 is equal to true and turn is equal to 0. So that condition fails because flag 0 is equal to false. Flag 0 is equal to false. So no more busy waiting, right? Enter the critical section. So that will be phase 4. So now we got that the process 1 will have a chance to enter the critical section. So since flag 0 is equal to false, that process 0, even if you tried, that will be not getting. So that will be achieve the mutual one, and also it achieve the progress, right? So progress that since only two processes are there, so progress will be automatically achieved. So waiting also, bounded bit also, it's achieve that it can go that, right? So process 1 and 2, one more example. There in the case we took process 0 and 1. So I will take process 1 and 2. So process 1, flag 1 is equal to true, turn is equal to 2, while flag 2 and turn is equal to 2, it will be there. So true there, busy waiting of the process 2, right? So process 2, now flag is equal to true and turn is equal to 1, while the turn it's too busy waiting for the waiting of process 1 is waiting here, right? So that mutual exclusion will be achieve that. So process 1 will be here. So critical section, that is execution of process 1. So here alternatively process 2, flag is equal to false, then exit section, class 2 is equal to false. So limitation, so the software solution which we have, that Peterson solution allows only two process. It can thoroughly check for only two process, so not adaptable to modern computer architecture. So it is quite difficult to encourage for the modern computer architectures. So for which we have synchronization, that hardware solutions, based solutions. So many system provides the hardware supports, so implementing the critical section code. So all solution below based on the idea of locking. So locking is a shared variable. So shared variable locking, the variable they consider to enter into critical sections. So any processor could disable interrupts. So they have interrupts. So currently running code would execute without preemption. Generally too inefficient on multiprocessor system, so that operating system using not broadly scalable, that so modern machines provides the special automatic hardware instructions, so that it is a non-interruptible, we can say atomic operation. So either test a memory word or set a value. So memory locations we can set test that, if it is based on the testing conditions, set the value, that is right. So our compare and swap contains two memory words, right? So we can take the two memory words now, that memory. So test and set will consider one memory location. So where compare and swap will consider two memory locations, right? So the two memory locations will be involved to test the take the decision to prevent the other process to enter into critical section, and also satisfy the conditions which are mutual exclusion, what is called progress, and bounded waiting, right? So the simple code here, before any process want to enter the critical section, they has to be acquire the lock, right? Means in the previous discussion we told about get the permission of the other process, right? Get the permission of the other process to enter into the critical section. Here we can, instead of saying, we can say acquire lock. Lock is a shared variable. Once somebody occupied or acquired, the other process will be understand. So the particular process want to enter into critical section, though they are locked, so they will be silent or will be postpone their entering a critical section aspiration, right? So release the, after completion, release the lock and execute the remainder section, while true then you can repeat several times, right? So let we see in that case test and set instruction. I hope it is recallable, rememberable. So this is a hardware based the solution for entering the critical section to with satisfying the three conditions called mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded waiting, right? So let me see in that case. So here we have, while lock is equal to 1, right? While lock is equal to 1, till lock become 0, it will be remain here, since this semicolon that, so it will be remain here until lock become 0. It will be there, right? It will be waiting indefinitely, right? Whenever the lock free, it will be come out. So that is a testing is over, right? I hope you repeat how testing happen. It will be keep waiting till lock become 0 or lock available, right? Lock 1 is equal to 1, it is occupied. Lock is equal to 0, it is a make available, right? So that is a testing is over. Once a testing is over, we can set the value. What is that? Lock is equal to 1, right? So lock is equal to 1 means lock is somebody's control, so they need to enter into critical section. So these two instructions will be coded into with help of the test and set, right? So after this critical section will be go there. So it will be after completion lock 0. Anyhow, this is the remaining section. Don't worry that. So we should worry about this only these two instructions. So lock is a memory variable. So that memory variable we need to be worry about that. So that test and set, this we can replace with a single statement called while test and set ampersand lock, right? Ampersand lock, that is a memory address. Address we need to be sent. No, this is a memory variable. So memory based variable. So that address we need to be set, right? Send. So where the test and set function will be like this, right? So what is the test and set function? Here boolean test and set. So boolean star target, that is a pointer variable. So shared variable now lock that become target, that is a shared variable. So here you can see that boolean is equal to rv is equal to star target, right? So star target is equal to true, so return rv, right? Return rv. So this function will be first test and set the value, right? So here we can think about that. So initially we have target is a lock, so initially target, that is a lock variable, so it is a false. When you return, that is it become false, right? We can analyze this. So after analyzing this, there is a false is there, and return rv, the false will be returned, right? So even the target will be set, that is a pointer. So that with the reference, memory reference pointer. So false will be there, false will become true will be there, true will be sent, and true will be there. So final lock variable will be seems like this. So false, if you send false, false is there. If true, and true will be there. So based on this, we can take a decision there. For example, so target is the pointer. Let's consider the 1000 is a address of the alert, right? In this 1000 we have that is rv, right? Rv will be false, no? That is a false, right? So false in 1000 location we have false. So false is there, false will come. True is there, true will come. So with help of this pointer variable we can understand. So that is a passing reference with a variable. So we can get the lock, that is, right? So here after understood that, so it is a there enter into critical section. So after that, so we can exit, that is lock is equal to false. So in that case, this executed atomically means it is a no interruption is there, means we can say that mutual exclusion will be satisfied. So return to the original value of the passed parameter, set the new value of the passed parameter to true, right? True, that is. So limitation is it unable to perform bounded waiting. So it satisfies the principles which are primary and essential conditions are mutual exclusion and progress, right? So progress is also HUD here. So any process want to that is we thought that the many process want to participate in the race condition resolution. Here compared to the Peterson solutions, it can permit more than two process one, and that is it going to be satisfy the conditions called mutual exclusion and progress. So what is a progress? So the every process want to get their permission into enter critical section. If they are independent waiting, that is a order. In the order they will get. So nobody will be continuously getting. So that will be only that it unable to perform bounded waiting. So let be that is going to be solved. That is solution using test and set with a shared variable we can put it in a more disciplined way, that test and log, that is do nothing, otherwise you enter into critical section. After that exit reminder section. So that we see that after discussing, so that false initially, finally that lock will be become false and true become, right. So the bounded waiting mutual exclusion with the test and set. So the earlier that was able to satisfy only two conditions. The third condition need to be satisfied, make a further enhancement of that code. So we have one more variable, that key is taken, waiting I and key apart from the lock. So that one more variable, waiting of key and waiting I and key. If it is true, then it will be key is equal to test and set lock. So then waiting is equal to false, and enter into the critical section. So we can systematically avoid that what is called bounded waiting. So I plus 1, that n is equal to, let consider n is equal to 10. In that case what will happen, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 1 the first process, j is equal to 4, j is equal to 4 fourth process, then j is equal to 2, this I plus 1 mod j is become 2. So while j is not equal to I and not waiting at j, then the j is equal to that will be j become 3. So they will get, that is, so if j is equal to I, then lock is equal to false. So otherwise will be waiting for I. So that will be a remaining section. So while true, this will be performed in the repeated loop, which will be satisfy the bounded waiting condition. So one more parallelly, which have that compare and swap with two memory variables. So earlier that test and set will use only one variable, that is a lock memory variable. So here we have two, and that is that swapping the two values, that is a value and a new value, right, value and new value. So we have expected will be interpreted, that is we can end temp is equal to star value. So if star value is equal to expected, then value is equal to new value, otherwise will be return the temp, that is. So for these conditions we see that possibilities of value and new value. So value will be sent by compare and swap, and new value is sent. If the value false and new value false we sent, then false true sent, true false sent, and true sent. So in this case if this value sent, and what are the output will be expected. So that if value false, then value become false. So value false, then value become true. So value true, then value become false. Value true, then it become false. So this we can understand better if the both we join, right. New value false and new value false and true, that is, it means that, so value and new value is false, then both are false. So new value and value are true and both are true. Only in the other case, false true it become true false, true false it become false, right, false true. So this will be performed with help of this swap, the what is called compare and swap. So that will be going to achieve that. So it's executed atomically. Sorry. So it means that non-interruptible, return the original value for past value, then set the variable value, the value of the past parameter new value. But if value is equal to expected, that will be that is a swap takes place only under this condition. So this will be happening without condition. If it is conditions put, then the value equal to expected only, during that case will be changed, that is, right. So that is the condition will be satisfied. So this I hope using a compare and swap will be full complete code will be there here. So lock, that is a 0 and 1, that is a 0 intermediate expected, and 1 is a new value. So that will be do nothing, critical section, under after lock 0. So one more concept called semaphore, which after this what is called the Peterson solution and test sweat and compare and swap. So synchronization is a further sophisticated, more robust way. Process synchronization will be there. Semaphore will be integer variable, so can only be access two individual atomic operations. So wait and signal, right, waits and signal, two system calls will be there. So originally with P and V variables. So wait the operation wait S is equal to, while s is less than or equal to 0, that busy waiting, otherwise it will be deducted, right? Busy waiting, if it is s is greater than 0, it will be deducted 1, so it means it is entered into the critical section, right? So signal else is a exit, right? Signal else, it will be advance the s, and it will be that semaphore going to be discussed. So counting semaphore, there are two type of semaphores, counting and binary. Counting is have a integer value, can range over the unrestricted domain. So we have binary 0 and 1, so that is it is a same as mutex lock. So can solve various synchronization problems. Consider p1 p2. So s1 to be happen, that s2 before s2 create semaphore synchronization. So if p, that s1 is there and signal synchronization, so p2 wait synchronization s2 can implement a count semaphore s as a binary semaphore. So here we can say semaphore while s is equal to 0, s is equal to s minus 1. So wait, that is not that there is a semicolon after the while, it gets stuck here while s 0, right? When s become 1, then it will be come out, so that will be enter into critical section. Once it is completed, then it will be exit, so that we check, that is s is equal to s plus 1, right? So that is to be with the help of this we have discussed the introduction part and race conditions noticeable, which encourages us to study this process synchronization protocols, which may be that is a critical section, and the conditions are mutual exclusion, progress, and bounding await conditions which satisfied in order to critical section. So the solutions are Peterson, that will be non-primitive, and that basically classical software problem solution, and the hardware problems are test and set, and with help of the lock variable compare and swap, right? So mutual exclusion with test and set, compare and swap we discussed, and bounded waiting with additional code we discussed, that is. So this material we brought from the material called the textbook called Abram Silbert, Schatz et al, and there are reference books are there, right? So thank you for patient listening and shown an interest on process synchronization via Peterson solution, test and set, compare and swap, the protocols which are basically hardware and software solutions which provided to enter the process into critical section very safely by satisfying those three conditions. Thanks to coordinator, moderator, and subject expert. Thank you one and all.